Welcome everyone! Welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out Police Stories by Mighty Morgan. I don't know why Morgan is so mighty, but apparently he's very mighty, and he's making police stories. This game is actually coming out tomorrow. Well, it doesn't matter if you're watching this video a week after it was posted, but yeah, right now I'm going to post it today, so it's coming out tomorrow on the 19th. Police Stories is sort of a top-down pixel graphics type of strategy aimed at local and online co-op play, but you can also play it single player. And it's very much akin to Door Kickers, that strategy where you control a squad of SWAT or police, and you have to get through various levels, arrest people, mostly shoot people in Door Kickers really, but over here you mostly try to arrest them, and there are quite a few penalties for not doing so. So anyway, let's go to single player, and let's go to the Snitch. Now, this game is a little bit different from Door Kickers in the way that you don't actually control a squad, you control your own character, and if you play single player, you also can give orders to your buddy. But if you play co-op or local co-op, well, then it's, online co-op or local co-op, then obviously the other person is controlled by the other player, which would make it a lot better. I'll get more into that later. So each of the missions, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back and do the very first one, just for ease of presentation. So our objectives are to neutralize the threat, secure evidence, and we have 7 suspects total, 3 civilians, and the mission difficulty is 3.5 out of 10. Jones, Rhymes, dispatch on the line. Where'd you guys go? Anyway, we've got reports of a robbery at the Armadillo Bar and Grill, so we need you two to get out there and check it out. Suspects are heavily armed with multiple hostages present at the scene, so be careful, both of you. Especially you, John. Wouldn't want you to die on your first day. Now, because this is sort of a story... I mean, it has a story, the game. Having played through about 4 levels or 5 levels, I wouldn't say the story so far is overly gripping. It's more like a filler. I'm just going to do this. It's more like a filler, and it's also not overly realistic because you play John Rhymes and you got Rick Jones with you as your buddy. You've just moved to the city, but it's not very realistic because you act more like a detective in a way, where you go from mission to mission trying to uncover some sort of what some gang is doing. I don't think the police would actually be doing that on their own. I mean, just 2 policemen. And of course, it's also a bit unrealistic because you go around into zones where you know are heavily populated with armed criminals, and they have hostages. I don't think they would just send 2 policemen over there. They would probably send some kind of an armed assault squad, as in SWAT in the US, for example. So as you play through the game and you gain points, if I go back here, you can see my ratings: B-, B, C+, B+, and so on, and how many points I've earned. Now this is interesting because you cannot actually go to the next level until you gain the points to unlock it. So the points are cumulative, so you can go back to any of the missions that are already unlocked and you can replay it free of charge and gain points if you complete it. And this is also true for equipment. It unlocks as you go, but I only think it unlocks new equipment when you unlock new levels. So let's see. Taser stun gun. This less lethal weapon includes 5 cartridges, allowing you to stun a suspect on any distance. Reloading takes 2 seconds. Bloody hell, any distance. I'm gonna take it instead of my pepper spray then. It doesn't have... I mean, the pepper spray has a lot of use, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, you select yours and your buddies if you're playing single player equipment, and then you start. And of course, like I said, this is a story, so you actually get a story going on. Personally, I didn't really find it that gripping. So here's what happened that night. I was walking through this really dark corridor, like pitch black, can't even see the walls. I was walking for what seemed like an eternity when all of a sudden, I see a door in front of me. I do like the pixel graphics though, they're quite nice. A huge door, you know, one of those big wooden ones. So I walk up to it, open it really slowly, and guess what? There's nothing there, just an empty room, except for the box. A cardboard box just standing there in the middle of the room. I walk up to it, and I can't stop thinking, what's in that box? Suddenly I notice there's blood on the sides. My brain's almost screaming, what's inside? What's in the box? What's in the box? Then I finally open it up and Susie's, my wife, Susie's head is inside. What a dream. Nearly fell off my bed after that one. Moving to a different city is a total mess. We've been unpacking for almost a month now. No wonder I'm having nightmares about it. Your former police academy classmate, not to mention your best friend, was just transferred to your precinct? And that's all the welcome you've got for him? You haven't changed a bit. I love it. I hope this little therapy session is over. Wasting my time here with you actually makes me miss police work. Cold as usual. You know what? I actually kind of missed it. Anyways, how are you? What have you been up to all this time? Well, you know, the usual. Solving cases, putting assholes behind bars, becoming the top officer in the shithole of a precinct, not acting like a little coward. Me? A coward? Man, you just told me you were afraid of boxes. Fair point. For what it's worth, it's good to see you again. Anyway, let's skip this, and so on and so forth. You get story between each mission, and this was just sort of the intro. And now we get to the actual mission where we can play. Not really sure what's all about that, with crashing into things, into all the motorcycles. But here's my buddy, and here's us. We have a line of sight, which is presented by the scone, so if somebody's behind us, we don't really see them, apart from our buddy. We've got our various equipment. I'm going to use my taser for now. Let's go in here. Yeah, right there. So by pressing E, you can tell people to get down on the ground, which sometimes will cause them to give up, and sometimes it won't. And then you can put them in cuffs, and you can also pick up their weapons as evidence. Oof. So this might look a bit too easy, but it's actually not. A lot of the times, enemies might surprise you, and you will have no idea where it came. Well, you will have an idea where it came from, but you'll be too slow to actually react. Oh, and he goes over to his weapon right away. Now, some of the people will give up. A lot of these ones are just pointing guns at me right from the start. So there we go. I had to take that guy down. And this is a pretty brutal game. It's usually one shot, one kill. Only seldomly will your guy survive a shot from someone. So I'm going to tell him to cover this area. Oof, almost shot this guy. But I think he's a civilian. Oops. Come on, move away. Need to check this area. You can also sprint. There's some drugs over here I'm going to take. All of these will give you points, because it's evident. Okay, this is locked, so we can try to smash it down. But we also have lockpicks, which I don't have on me. I think my buddy has lockpicks on him. Let's keep going. Actually, watch these doors.
Cover that area. Roger that. Heads up.
You also have flashbangs available, which can be useful. In fact, I'm going to use a flashbang here. Okay, let's see. There we go. That guy might have been shooting at us. Now, all of the hands up, I said. There we go. And that was it. So that was pretty fast. But of course, I already know what's going on in this level, and this is the very first level. So we get suspects arrested, suspect neutralized, civilians rescued. No time bonus because I guess we were too slow. I don't really like when games are telling me to hurry up. I like taking my time usually. And other is 2500. I'm not really sure what other was. And of course we get no penalties because no officers were injured. We had no unauthorized uses of our weapon, because that's when you shoot unarmed people or people that didn't point their guns at you. We didn't injure any civilians or kill any of them. And my best time was apparently 1.5 minutes. Okay, so now we can continue and we get more story about what's actually going on. We're going to skip that. And you get your little points. Well, there we go. We just need 1800 more points to unlock this one. But of course we have the snitch available. Now, it gets more complicated than that. You, in Showtime, I believe, is where you actually have to defuse a bomb. So this is where you have to interrogate people to get their code, or you can try to disarm the bomb yourself by cutting wires. I have never tried that before because they've always told me what the combination was. Maybe we should try. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there you go. So he shot me twice. That's actually interesting. But you can immediately restart. But you'll be doing that a lot. The game is fairly difficult. I don't really... Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. He shot me once. The game is very difficult for 2 reasons. Well, actually for 3. The third one is optional if you play yourself or not. 1, the enemies seem to have extremely good aim. I don't think I've ever seen an enemy actually miss. I don't think I have seen an enemy miss. Maybe very, very, very occasionally. This is a metal door, so we have to lockpick it. So yeah, if you give the enemy a chance to actually shoot you, you will most likely die. And if you don't, you will only be able to take a shot maybe once, maybe twice. I mean, maybe once. I don't think you'll ever survive getting shot twice. Come on. Why can't I... What's going on with my F? That's weird.
Go.
Open the doors. I'll just lockpick it then. I don't think it's a metal one. Why wasn't I able to... That was weird. I wasn't able to melee it. There you go. So yeah, the enemy is very, very accurate. I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know why they would be so accurate. Also, if you have someone... Yeah, I cannot seem to melee them. I think something's broken. There we go. 6166. Nice. So we've disarmed this. We don't have a timer anymore. Otherwise, it was like 3 or 4 minutes maybe. No, no, you don't. Yeah, there we go. And I was killed. So you only get 1 chance at this. If you're right at the end and the very last enemy kills you, that's it. You have to repeat the entire thing. So back to the difficulty. 1, the enemies are extraordinarily accurate. 2, despite the fact that you obviously are carrying... you're obviously carrying... What? Oh, I see. Okay, you need the rifle because you hit them with the butt of the rifle. You cannot do it with the taser. Yeah, they're extremely accurate, and despite the fact that you obviously are carrying bulletproof, well, not bulletproof, but bullet-resistant vests, it still seems to kill you in 1, maybe 2... Oops. Well, I didn't need to do that, but oh well. 1 or 2 shots. Usually in 1, sometimes in 2 shots. I don't really know why that is, but I'm pretty sure a normal pistol that they have, or an Uzi, wouldn't just be able to kill you like that easily. Maybe a rifle shot. So yeah, that's a bit odd. And you also have to be careful when you look away, by the way, because they can... Oh yeah, let me ask them. 1069. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. And the third reason is 1069. The third reason why it's very difficult is because of the AI. Your buddy... Whoa! Yeah, there was a guy there. Brilliant. Your buddy, unfortunately, is completely brain dead. I have no idea what the heck is going on with the AI, but he follows you. He very seldomly shoots, usually because he's right behind you. But if he does see an enemy... Come on. 1257. He very rarely shoots, unless, of course, something is in plain line of sight. A lot of the times he can get shot. But when you're doing things like this, and he's behind you, he won't automatically cover areas. So, for example, he should be covering my rear over there, because we don't know what's behind us, but he doesn't. You have to do that yourself. You have to tell him to actually cover that area. There we go. He actually helped me over there, so thank you. Did they already tell me the... I think they did. Oh well, doesn't matter. 1257. So 1257. There we go. But you can also cut wires. I've never tried that before. There we go. You do have unlimited ammunition, which is pretty nice. Oh, I didn't want to shoot that guy actually. Oh, bloody hell. Let's try this again, and I'm dead. You have to be on point with this stuff, because they will shoot often, they will shoot very accurately, and it's very difficult to survive any of the shots. I suppose it's trying to simulate that if you do get shot, you will, you know, people will usually be incapacitated for a little bit, or at least not being able to move, because it is quite an impact bullet. Yeah, you need a lawyer. 2138. But see, you have to tell him to come back to you. And you can tell him yourself to watch areas, for example, like this. But it takes a while, and it's not very intuitive. That makes... Oops. 1238, was it? Oops. What was it? I forgot. As in, not intuitive, but what I meant to say is it's a little bit clunky. So, for example, if I want him to open this door, I have to right-click, and while moving, your cursor will then move as well. So I have to move him and tell him to open that door. It's a little bit annoying, and of course he stays there.
Cover that area.
Instead of covering the other area. So let's see who comes over here. There we go. Nice. And then using space, you tell him to come with you. So most of the time I found that he's pretty much dead weight, or I am dead. He's pretty much dead weight, apart from being a bag to carry equipment that you don't carry. So that's quite a bit annoying. It would be nice if they did something about the AI, because right now it's useless. If you were to play this co-op, I would guess it would be a lot more fun though. Because, you know, your buddy wouldn't be completely brain dead. That'd be much more useful. And you could also cover areas and, you know, work a little bit more like the real police, I suppose. Come on, nothing here. Oh, that's let me try this. I've never tried this. So how do we know which one to cut? Are there any clues? Red, green, maybe that? I don't know. Let's try. Yeah, success. Okay, no idea. That was blind luck. Completely blind luck.
Get down now.
Some more drugs here and some more drugs over there. But the good parts are this. Blah, 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 blah. I've been shot over there, so I have to use my first aid kit. Oh. The good thing is the graphics are very nice. I do love me some nice pixel graphics. The animation is quite nice. The graphics are quite nice. I like it. Oops. Well, I didn't need to do that, but fortunately it's just a taser, so he doesn't mind. Well, he probably does, but, you know. Let's see. No, you don't. I don't think they would tase him. They would probably just shoot him if that was the case. If he pointed his gun at them. So, yeah. The game can be quite a lot of fun. And at the same time, it can be quite frustrating as well. Because you die so quickly, so easily. And, you know, it just wipes all your progress right there. For example, I finished the mission, but I died, so I can still press... Oh, look at that. I actually bugged it. We still have the restart thing available, but I can press enter to actually go to the next mission. Alright, so let me skip that. There we go. So, it's sort of a mixed bag. Right now, I think this is definitely a game you would enjoy if you like this sort of stuff. If you play with a friend. Local co-op is here, and online co-op is not yet available. I think it will be available at launch, but I'm not sure. I believe they said it will be available at launch or later. You should check the description for that. So, yeah, police stories, very interesting. I like the concept. I like the idea of co-op. A little bit unrealistic, but hey, it's a game, you know. But for single player, it can be very, very frustrating. They need to work on that AI, make your buddy a lot more usable, and instead of just, you know, a bag for equipment that sort of follows your orders sometimes and then just stares at the door because it's opened it and you didn't give it any more orders. But yeah, and maybe make the enemies a little bit less accurate, because, you know, you're the trained police officer here. They're just some criminals who happen to have guns. Yeah, maybe they've been shooting a lot, but come on. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little preview. All the stuff is down in the description below, all the links, and I'll probably also put the explanation whether online co-op will be there on launch or not. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in another preview. Bye-bye.